right. Ooh, what does it say? I thought the same. No limit. It shows red when there's no limit, but also when I have no time left, so I got nervous.
Fuck. Alright, so this is a personal topic today, but a personal topic that will elicit impersonal
This is gonna flip.
takeaway lessons.
Yeah, of course, because everything's a circle, as we talked
Yeah,
about.
shut up. Talk.
Okay, so we're gonna start off. My friend Arlo over here, he likes this girl, right?
Not like.
He actually doesn't fucking like this dumbass bitch, but what he does enjoy.
Is her butt cheek? No, wouldn't.
Well, continue. Go ahead. I don't know what you like.
Well, I don't know. It's interesting because I think it's a
Answer
pretty
what you
mutual
like.
feeling between us because of what you said.
Mm.
I think she's hot.
Mm.
I don't like her on an emotional level. I also don't know
Right.
her, so maybe it's worth a shot. But
You'll
I don't
never
know.
know until you try.
never know until you try. But I'm
Nice
not
sound.
starting with that sort of emotional compulsion towards her. But
But we have a visitor right now.
I was writing about it in my journal. I wrote something interesting because I was deciding whether or not, like, okay, am I kind of an asshole if I am going to potentially date a girl just because I think she's hot? And if that's just like the starting point, I could develop feelings for her. But if that's the starting point, am I a dickhead for that? And
No.
I wrote,
I don't know.
immoral desires evoke moral stories. What do you think about that? Because I feel like with every wrong thing that I've done in my life, it's turned out pretty good.
It may be wrong, or it may be right. I don't know how to answer that. It's literally all up to you, and that's really opinion based. Like, if you actually want to date a girl, you can't just date her because you, well, because you have a sexual interest only.
But sometimes that's
then the relationship becomes all about sexual activity.
Yeah. But sometimes that's where it starts.
Maybe. Sometimes,
It's
right? You're not going to know until you
weird
try,
if
though.
if you walk up to a girl, you say, "Hey, I thought you were really cute," right? That is starting from
That's usually how it always starts, right?
Yeah. It's an attraction standpoint.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes it starts with emotions developing over time, and that's really the best case scenario. But I don't know.
Right. So, what are you hoping for?
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know.
You're already started.
I'm fine with it going either way. Like I said, I don't really have an emotional involvement in it. I just think she's hot.
But isn't that how it all starts?
I don't know. Who knows? Should I pursue it? Should I not?
That's up to you.
I guess I'm gonna try. I don't know.
Oh, so you are gonna try?
Maybe not.
Yo,
That's-
you
that's
just
what
said I guess I am.
That's what
gonna
I
try.
said I was writing about because I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
So he doesn't have an answer, but I'll give you guys an answer.
Kieran says
Are you?
that it's good to be flawed. For a writer, someone like me.
I'm gonna give you an
It's
answer.
sort of
chat.
the source of wisdom.
Chat. It's a Friday.
Flaw. Should be afraid of
Right.
success.
Right. It's
You
a
have nothing,
Friday.
because if you succeed, you have nothing to pull from.
Anything else?
Well, chat, it's a Friday.
Chat. It's a Friday. Friday the 20th. We're sitting down here. This morning, I woke up at 6:30. The bus comes at 6:42. Where's the problem? I wake up, go to the bus. I have 12 minutes to walk for 5 minutes and somehow get ready for 7. How do you think I manage that? When you are in a gap for time where you need to get something done, if it depends your life on it, my mother would have beat me. If your life depends on it, you will get that thing done. If you want to become successful, if you need motivation, wake up at 6:30 and have the bus leave at 6:40 and put a guillotine in your bed that will chop your head off at 6:42. I guarantee you will wake up every single morning before 6:42.
That is really the best way to live.
And this goes deeper into a deeper meaning.
Mm.
So what I was going to say is, sometimes that motivation to do something, such as pursuing a relationship goal, would be to have a motivational self-construct of what you want to do. And if you and yourself want to do it or not sure, take the risk, take the gamble. If you weren't sure, then you got to choose one thing.
Well, you're unsure about things, but you always filter it down to a very logical standpoint. And I find that you just stain a lot of chances that could maybe be very transcendental for you. So,
well, usually there is some coincidences and situations where I have reached an inconclusive point, and then I'll be like, oh, what the hell? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But most points I can narrow down to a logical explanation. So in your case, would I ever pursue this girl? No. One, she's not attractive. Well, that's subjective, but
I mean,
two, personality. Three,
which I don't know, by the way.
I so you have no
frame of reference.
Right.
But
so I'd say in your case, for me, if I didn't know anything, I'd probably
I think it's a deeper question though. Do you pursue desires that feel immoral or that you're not sure of? Do you pursue
immoral?
Do you pursue life in an illogical way, or do you filter it down to logic and I need to do this to get this outcome?
Oh,
this
I filter down to logic 100% of the time. Well, not 100%.
I don't think so.
99% of the time. There's only like 1% I take risks. Really?
Why wouldn't you take it 100% risk though? Because what is it going to matter?
I'd rather be sure than unsure.
Because what is it going to matter?
Thinking wise.
What's it going to matter if you're unsure? What's it going to matter in the end if you did well? You know? So, it's, what do you want to tell your grandchildren? What do you want to die looking back on? A life of risk and aspiration? Or a life of, well, that's not smart, so I didn't do that. I'm sure you're not going to wish you did less crazy shit when you're 95 telling stories to your grandchildren.
Hopefully I don't make it to 95. I would have outlived every single one of my generational ancestors behind me, because the max anyone in my family has lived is like 80. Because they're all fucking...
My grandpa lived to 102.
No, not my family. So, do I wish I did more crazy shit when I'm 90? No. It's just some people think differently.
Well, how do you know? You're not 90.
I wouldn't know. No, I do know because it's myself. So I 100% know. Even looking back.
But you're not that self.
But I am.
Who knows what you're gonna go through?
I know.
I don't know.
I always know. Cause like if you always have
so tell me your exact
outcome,
life path right now.
Right now, it's a story of succession, and then eventual.
No, tell me exactly word for word the people you're gonna meet, the names of them, how they're gonna change you. The accidents that will befall you.
I don't know what's going to bring me down, but I do know what's going to build me up.
You don't have a frame of reference to say that nothing can do that. You've been alive for 15 years.
Yeah?
Not a huge frame of reference. In the grand scheme of things, you have no idea what's going to change you.
The grand scheme of
think about how much you've changed since 7th grade.
That's true.
Do you think that 8-year-old you could conceive of you now?
100%.
Precisely? Word for word? Bar for bar?
But conceive, yes. Because anything can be conceived.
Well, anything can be conceived, but I mean something differently by that word. Do you think that
I could rationalize?
I could never understand myself from where I was.
You mean if I could rationalize my own point of view right now and in myself?
You wouldn't be able to.
Because my brain would not be fully developed, and I'm at the stage where my brain is still developing.
It's going to be the same thing.
Well, it would change from development to...
There's things that you've never had that you have no idea how they're going to impact you.
Experiences, not things. But yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. I suppose so. But there's also a way to do that logically. Take it step by step. Like I said, humans are, well, very sequential, so there's nothing really... There's no skip. You're not just going to magically turn into a fucking unicorn.
Here's a question, just for thought, for philosophy.
Okay.
Is it logical to be sequential?
No.
So, you admit that life is illogical?
Yeah.
But you follow a
standpoint of logic. That's why it's hard to think logically.
But that itself is illogical, following a standpoint of logic.
Yeah.
How illogical should your logic be, then? Is the question. You said 1%.
Right, just enough.
I don't think 1%'s enough.
Just enough.
You can be illogical done with a degree of intelligence.
No. Just enough.
When I say illogical, I don't mean starving on the streets. I mean, pursuing something like this, but doing so with a degree of intelligence.
Yeah, it's just enough. You just need enough. Now, there's a ton of people that are more intelligent than both of us, and they also have just that 1%. Everyone has 1%. You can't really become...
1%'s not enough.
Yeah, it is.
Disagree.
To live substantially, 1% is enough. It depends what you want to do.
It's not living, that's
over
existing.
1%. You can't gain over 1%
not living,
of
that's
being
existing.
logical, because everything is illogical.
Everything you're using right now comes from illogicality.
Yeah.
Every great experience and piece of wisdom that you have comes from a place of illogicality.
That's why I say 1% is logical.
Oh, I thought you were saying the other way around.
No. I was saying 1% is logical.
Oh, that changes completely. I thought you were saying 1% illogicality, 99% logic.
1% is logical because it's really hard to find a logical conclusion to that problems.
Yeah.
Right. That's
you need logic to guide illogicality.
Right.
You know, yin and yang, two can't exist without one another. I thought you were saying the opposite.
No.
My fault.
I was saying logicality is really hard to accomplish, which is what makes me angry when I think and try to think sequentially when it's really illogical types of thinking. And then you go into what is illogicality towards us, towards animals, towards anything else, towards problems, towards war, anything else. Because when you think logically, if you're fighting an opponent or an enemy, you're going to think, oh, I want to destroy, crush, conquer. If you're thinking in a loving relationship, you're going to want to think, please, please, please. Mm-hmm. Right?
And pain and love are two in the same.
All right.
Depending on context and interpretation. Really, when you boil it down, it's not, good or bad emotions that you feel, in my opinion. But it's the intensity that you feel. And then interpretation changes that. So that's where, amor fati comes in. You can love suffering, depending on how you view it. Our guest has arrived.
Is this our guest?
Hello.
Are you our guest?
Would you like to come on the podcast?
What do I gotta say or do?
Nothing. You just gotta join in on the conversation.
You just gotta join in. You actually want to be in?
Can I have a snack and some?
Yeah, of course. We're keeping that in. Anyways, what were we saying? To the intensity
of illogicality.
Of experience that guides the will. What do you think about that?
What is there to be said if it's illogical?
Everything. Because it's not found, that's what guides the will.
Elaborate.
Would you search if there was no question to be answered? If everything was logical, then there would be...
What kind of questioning is that?
Well, it's a very simple question, but it's so simply illogical for me to ask that question. Do you see what I mean? You wouldn't pursue anything if it were completely logical, laid out, explained. If there was a direct path, you would either just follow that path. You wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't need to. Hold on. Let's wait for the guest. Let's pause this. I want to have your dad on.
What do you think about gay people?
Faggot. Mr. Scott. Welcome to the show.
That's how we're gonna open up. With him choking to death. Okay. Everybody.
It's nice to be back here in Las Vegas, and I want to thank everybody.
Mr. Scott is a samurai sword expert.
He's a samurai sword expert.
An experienced martial artist, a master. And what do you do for work? Gio doesn't really give me details.
And he works with special ed people.
Are we actually filming right now?
Yes.
I'm trying to eat a snack. For work?
Yeah, for work. Tell us about your
He works with special ed people.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not a sword expert. I just know a lot more than the average person. And probably about martial arts, too. But I don't know about... I guess. I don't know. And for
what did you
work,
get on your SAT?
Yeah.
I got a 1250.
So he's dumb. Wait, that's bad, right?
I don't know. No, it's all right.
I thought 1650 was like the max score.
1600 is the
He was
best you
getting
could
into
get.
his backstory.
What? For work? School counselor.
So you got a 70. You got a 72.
Hmm?
You got a 72.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So Go ahead and ask questions. I already know
It's
everything.
the greatest lesson you learned in your life.
Don't make impulsive decisions. That's how you lose fingers in life.
You lost any fingers? Can you show that you
No,
have all your
almost.
fingers?
I have all my fingers, but
Just making sure.
if you're impulsive, you lose things. Like, mostly women and money. But
Arlo's lost a lot of women and money in the last few days.
What?
well,
Elaborate.
But don't you think that
That's a
those
learning experience.
impulsive decisions work out in the end, though? Because those impulsive decisions constitute your knowledge not to make them now.
I guess. Yeah, unless you lose a finger, those don't grow back. Teeth are expensive,
Right.
and you don't get a second life.
True.
He's just gonna have brief
Thank you for
moments.
coming on, Mr. Scott.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm doing my best.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for
I
your dad?
actually do have a
My
question.
Cookie Crisp.
I actually do have a question.
Okay.
What is the best tasting cereal in your opinion? Because
Of
in
all the
mine,
friggin' questions you could ask me, it's about cereal.
yeah. What is your favorite cereal in your opinion? Because in mine, it's Frosted Flakes. You have that nice crispy taste with the frosting on it.
Frankenberry.
Frankenberry.
I don't know if they
Never
make
heard
that
of
anymore.
The Halloween classic one.
Yeah.
Tell us
It
about
didn't-
swords.
It didn't used to be just for Halloween.
Oh, we have to shout out his channel in the description.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called?
Everybody subscribe to Mr. Scott.
Yeah, Japanese swords and more.
And more.
There's not a lot of and more yet, but there will be more.
He teaches you all about how to do swords, work swords, and be a sword.
Right. Yeah. If you
What does
want
it mean to be the sword? To become the sword?
Like, do you have to become the sword
In
to
terms
fight
of
with the sword?
philosophy, what's the philosophy behind the blade?
I've read many different things from sources over the last few hundred years.
It varies.
What do you most agree with?
Any actual war or combat is at least partly or sometimes mostly a matter of chance as to who survives and who dies.
With the
That's
sword?
the scary part. Swords, spears, bow and arrow, guns, doesn't matter. Guy standing a few inches to the left of you could get blown up with a cannonball. So,
Yeah. Or
some of the samurai sources have said you go out there and you hack like crazy the enemy to pieces as best you can and you hope to survive.
so you just swing, like in Fortnite when you pickaxe people?
Is there not an art to it?
Oh yeah, there's an art to it, but the art came later after
After the swing.
You don't have time to really focus on the art of something when you're busy trying to save your life or kill as many people as you possibly can.
But is it then an art? If it can't be
It is, because everything is
maintained
art.
under conflict.
Everything is art.
Yeah, the Japanese have a history of turning everything into an art. Tea ceremony art, flower arranging art, sword art, bow art, martial arts.
Martial arts, yeah.
Yeah, there's everything has been boiled down to an art form, or raised up to an art form. But the Europeans were less so; they were more like practical.
But what
wanted
is
to
art?
Kill as many people as possible.
What is art, though? Just creation of
Yeah,
something?
you're a painter too.
Yes, I like oil painting, sure, and drawing, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm a better oil painter, but that's just
I think
biased.
you're on something. But all right,
Biased, but I think I'm a better oil painter because, I really have no experience at all. I've done 2 paintings. They look fantastic.
all right, yes,
They did.
No, they do.
look very good.
they do look good.
And anyone who wants to buy them can buy them off eBay for $1,000 a piece.
Good luck with that.
Why, you haven't sold any
No,
of
good
yours?
luck.
Are you discouraged?
No, I just sold a few in high school.
And how much?
Nah, like $25-30 a piece. I don't know where they are now. Gave some to ex-girlfriends. God knows where they are.
See, that's a good business. Why didn't you become a painter like Leonardo DiCaprio?
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. No, because most artists don't make money until after they die, and then the money's no good once you're dead.
So were you gonna wait? That's true.
True.
Though.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's kind of a succession thing. In a way, painting is a succession because it passes down. So like, if you have kids,
Great, you can have all the paintings once I'm dead. I won't know what you do with them. I'll be dead.
but how? No, but how would your painting sell for a lot if they don't know who you are at first? Think about it.
You come to be known.
How?
That's what happened to Van Gogh.
No. He was known while he was doing his paintings.
Yeah, not towards the end. He didn't.
He got sponsored.
Yeah, by his brother. If he was that,
Yeah, but okay.
if he was that successful, he wouldn't have been so destitute and desperate as he was, or they would have found him some better mental help.
So you think he was mentally ill?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So how was he a good painter then? ADHD?
Well, that ties into what I was
It's
saying
not-
before, or what Kia Ram was saying, with, flaws illicit artwork. If you succeed at something, then you have no pain to draw from, no problems to transcend into artwork.
Yeah. So my artwork is nature. So what do you think my problem is?
Nature.
Nature.
All
yeah.
of the problems of nature, yeah.
I actually do. Nature is everything. So yeah, I actually do hate everything. That's a very valid statement. Thank you.
Did you get hit in the head with a pine cone or something? Yeah, what is that called?
Yeah.
Who got hit in the head with a pine cone?
Ooh.
Antonio.
Grigo.
The
Right.
Grigos.
Right. So anything else about swords? And would you, if you had to go to war today, right? Because you're 45.
Yeah.
So you could still be in the Japanese army technically because they went from 18 to 45.
I'm not Japanese.
But let's say you were in Japan in the prime era for swords. I don't know when that
Well,
was.
they would take anybody who would be willing to help anybody
right,
else win.
but would
Yeah,
you be
sure.
willing to?
What? Well, I don't know. It would depend if my life as a peasant would be any worse or better. Probably worse. So-
Controversial topic. Can Japanese people say the N-word?
In Japan, I mean, maybe, because who's going to stop you?
Right.
You know? The Japanese aren't too keen on having any outsiders in their society.
That's why they had a period of Icelandization.
Yeah, it helps to be an island where you can do that, you know. But, yeah, they were one of the
Have
few.
you heard of island hopping
Yes.
during the wars?
Yes.
Cuban Missile Crisis?
No, that's not island hopping. You're confusing two
No, but Cuba's
things.
an island.
It's an island.
But that was one of the island hopping.
There might be people hopping on the island, but then that's as far as that's as close as you're going to get with this analogy.
I got this
Controversial opinion. JFK was an alien.
No, well, I think JFK, the video
I'm
of JFK getting shot was actually staged. Because
Well, if he was an alien, then that means aliens like to bag American actresses, because he did that. on a
JFK
regular
had a
basis.
serious sex addiction.
Yeah,
he
Now we know what
was,
those
some may
aliens
say
really
he
is.
was the Rizzler.
he would be a Rizzler. Yeah,
Right, correct.
Dickman ein Rizzler. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he actually cheated on his wife during
Oh, yeah.
the Cuban Missile Crisis.
With Khrushchev. That was the.
Oh yeah.
So-
that's what ended it. Came to an agreement.
So I was reading a story today about John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. Yeah.
Wilkes, whatever the hell his
I don't
John
name
know
is.
Wilkes
about him.
Booth.
Wilkes.
Yeah.
W-I-K-L-K-E-S. I thought the L was
W-I-L-K-E-S.
silent. My fault.
No, John Wilkes Booth. Yes.
Wilkes sounds better. Should have changed his name. Anyways, what I was saying was he was actually a really good guy.
Oh yeah.
No, but think
He
about
had a
it.
momentary lapse of reason.
No, think about it. Okay, so
what
listen,
did he do?
his
I'm
last
not educated on.
Okay, he killed Abraham Lincoln.
Oh shit! Oh no, I know who he is now.
Yes.
I know
Okay.
who he is now.
So basically,
I know who we're talking.
He had a brother, Edwin Booth.
okay, so basically, I was reading the story of his last diary entry, and he's literally a lunatic. But
Imagine that.
But there was this point that he made, where he said oh, God will forsaken me and treat me as due when I die, but I wish not to die. I don't want to die. I'm
that's-
inevitable.
That's too bad.
And then he says I will not repent. I will not repent. What do you think about forgiveness? Because he says he will not repent
It's
for
not
what
up
he
to me
did.
to forgive him. I don't know.
No. What do you think? In the grand scheme, let's say you kill someone. Do you think you should be forgiven?
Depends. Context.
Hasn't happened yet. I'll let you know.
No, seriously.
Depends.
Yeah, I guess it would depend. And forgiveness is not the same as justice.
Like, let's say I, like, hypothetical. Esmeralda, our cat,
Mm-hmm.
I threw her off the attic.
Oh, out the window? Yeah, that would do it, yeah.
You think she...
You think? Actually, no. Here's a more classic analogy.
All right.
You know the trolley on the, what are they? Trolley's going on like railroads or whatever.
Yeah.
Railroad tracks,
Right?
right.
Well,
And if it turns one way, then it
Uh-huh. Oh,
kills
the
5 people,
trolley problem, 5 versus
and then
1?
one person. But if you save the 5 people, one of them grows up to be Hitler. If you
Well, I saved them.
the one person, then that's Joseph Stalin. But he will have an offspring who eventually solves cancer.
Oh, shoot.
And
Joseph Stalin wasn't that bad compared to Hitler.
And
I'm
you
saving
can just-
Stalin.
you
He
can
killed
just-
more people. However...
But you can just look at this from a perspective. All right, and then another one of the 5 people is going to murder 30 people later that same day.
I'd want to fight the
Right?
person making me responsible for these decisions. Who is that jerk?
But what I'm saying, though, is that no matter what choice you make, it trickles down to good and bad in one way or another.
So what I'm going to say right now is...
Don't
I
save
wouldn't-
anyone?
I wouldn't touch it. I would just let the trolley go and
You would just walk away?
Yeah.
But if you do, you are responsible. That's the thing with the trolley. You are responsible if you see.
Oh,
it
so
going
my hand is already on the lever.
Yes, you're in the trolley.
Doesn't the trolley
It's
have brakes?
going down.
Oh, I'm driving it.
If somebody dies, it's your fault. It's your choice.
I would brake. Sometimes in life you have to stop and reflect. And you have to look at yourself.
You can't. There's
and
no
real-
brakes. There's no brakes. It's
So-
a hypothetical scenario.
Okay, so there's no brakes. Is there also no, like, steering wheel? There's no other
No,
track?
there's a stealing. There's 2 tracks. One has the 5
Okay.
people. Right.
So, in
One
conclusion...
has the
What the hell are those people doing laying on the
It's hypothetical.
Oh, it's
Okay,
hypothetical, right.
so hypothetically,
They're
if there was 5
protesters
people
or
laying on the tracks, I'd kill the 5 people. Because
Oh, wow.
because it would be a funny video to post on YouTube.
Oh, Jesus. That's not...
It really can't be that simple, though.
Yeah, I mean...
It might be overall good.
And
in the
there would
end.
be no charges or anything, I just get to kill
Right,
5
but now
people.
you're responsible for the Holocaust.
How?
They can ask
Stalin
Why?
didn't start
Because the other
Holocaust.
person was Hitler.
No, you said it was Stalin.
You check for mustaches?
You said the one guy was Stalin.
No. He gives birth to Stalin. It was Hitler.
Adolf Hitler does not
It's
give
hypothetical.
birth to Joseph Stalin. That's a totally
none
different
of it. None of
ethnicity.
it's real. What I'm saying, though, but I'm saying relatively.
Oh,
it's just
so there-
it's a hyperbole
So
and
it's
exacerbation.
so can
of
we
the
just put
consequences
can we
of
put 2
decisions.
people on, because Adolf Hitler would have been fine if he didn't get rejected from art school. So can we just leave Hitler on the track with Joseph Stalin, and then I'd still run over
Joseph
the 5
Stalin's
people?
not on the track. That's not the point. The point is there's no way out of it. You have to choose one.
I'd kill 5 people. I told you, more
But
blood.
I'm not actually asking you the question.
What would you do? I'm not actually asking.
I'm not actually asking.
Controversial opinion. What do you think about gay people trying to cut their penises off?
Well, if you're that committed, then go ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
seriously. What do you think?
It's not my business.
What do you think about people cutting their genitals off?
Mr. Scott.
Oh,
Our
well.
next guest has arrived.
She's ready to fight.
held back
She's ready
by
to fight. She's ready to
Hold me back. Hold me back.
No.